If you're thinking about going back to school, you're probably wondering, how am I going to pay for this? For many people, this is the moment it starts to get overwhelming. But here's something you should know. Financial aid can make education way more accessible than you might expect. You just need to know your options. Now, you know me. I always think everyone should consider Purdue Global. But everything we're talking about today is universal. This is the financial information that applies no matter where you're looking. So let's break it down into a few key things everyone should know. Here we go. The first thing to be aware of, there are different types of financial aid, and they all work differently. Some forms of aid, like grants and scholarships, are money that you don't have to pay back. Others, like loans, do need to be repaid, but they can still make school possible when used responsibly. And then there's the one people tend to overlook, employer tuition reimbursement. Depending on where you work, your employer might help with the cost. Start by talking to your HR department or your supervisor to learn about your options. Second, fill out the FAFSA. That's the free application for federal student aid. This is the absolute first course of action when you're seeking out financial aid. And here's why. For many schools and aid requirements, filling out the FAFSA is needed anyway. But more than that, it serves as a neutral, universal, and secure summary of your finances. This way, institutions are all accessing the same information, and you don't have to keep answering the same questions over and over. Even if you don't think you'll qualify for anything, take a few minutes and fill out the FAFSA anyway. You'd hate to leave some money on the table, right? And if you remember filling out the FAFSA a long time ago, here's something you should know. It's way easier now. It's online, it's super user-friendly, and it doesn't take that long. I'll include the link in the description. If you're offered different types of aid, there's a general order to think about. Start by using grants and scholarships to cover as much as possible. That's money you don't have to repay. Then look at employer support if it's available. You don't have to pay that back either. Last, fill in with loans, being thoughtful about how much you borrow and what repayment might look like later. Most aid comes with a few expectations. Things like staying enrolled and making a certain amount of academic progress. It's nothing unreasonable, but it's important to know going in so there aren't any surprises later. Be sure to check out those requirements with your school, your academic program, and your aid provider. All that might feel like a lot, but I promise, it's okay. You don't have to figure everything out on your own. There are people whose whole job is to help you understand your options. If you're not sure where to start, check with the financial aid office at your school. They can point you in the right direction. I'll link the one from Purdue Global down in the description. So, if cost is holding you back, don't let assumptions stop you from at least exploring what's possible. You might have more to work with than you think. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Next time, we're bringing all of this to life. We're looking at real students with very different lives, and they're sharing how they made school really work for them. See you then. Take care now.